I mean, when this stuff would come up before, I would like cry and I was devastated.
Hey there, bravo folks. I hope you all are juicing. Today we're coming back to discuss one of our all-time favorite Beverly Hills housewives, Kyle Richards. Though unfortunately, this time she isn't just our main focus.
It's been difficult, fortunately, it is amicable and, but it's hard. My main concern is our daughters, who have been amazing, my 4 best friends, and it's just, it is hard.
Well, I'm solely going to be discussing what I think has been going on for a long time now. Kyle has been gaslighting us viewers. Plain and simple. Ugh, I know. This seems too big of an accusation, but let's just weigh out my reasons. So, you know how for the past 13 seasons of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Kyle has been all about how great her marriage was and how happy she was with Mauricio. She had been painting a picture which showed her and Mauricio as a perfect couple with a perfect family, balancing all things perfectly and just having everything going right for them. But now in season 13, when Mauricio and Kyle's separation is the hot topic in every episode.
When the news first came out, it was really, really devastating. The whole family. Our phones were blowing up. My kids were just crying and wouldn't leave the house, and it was really, really difficult.
Kyle is changing the narrative so swiftly. So many secrets about their married life are coming to light, and with their revelation, it's pretty clear that things weren't as great as Kyle portrayed them while they were married. They weren't great at all. Of course, issues in a marriage don't just rise overnight. They are built up over the years. So I'm pretty sure whatever issues are coming to light now were happening way back when Kyle was showing us that everything was going all wonderful. If that isn't gaslighting us, I don't know what is. Now, what exactly do I think Kyle has been hiding from us under the pretense of a happy marriage? Well, for starters, the fact that Mauricio cheated on her during their marriage. Multiple times, may I add. This is just a rumor so far, but honestly, I believe it to be true to some extent. I think rumors don't just arise out of thin air. There needs to be something that the rumor is built on. You know what they say, there's no smoke without fire. In 2013, there were a lot of rumors circulating about Mauricio and his supposed connections with a female sex worker and a transgender escort. Like what? Oh, can you believe it? That's not the end of the story. TikTok user with the handle blocked by Rinna released an old clip from the first season. In the clip, Mauricio seemed to be quite interested in Kyle's makeup artist, who was dressed quite provocatively, if I may add. It appeared that he couldn't resist flirting a bit while Kyle got ready for their white party. Some people also say that Mauricio's successful real estate business might be a factor in keeping his affairs buried and hushed. We all know money has a way of ensuring silence, and Mauricio seems to have plenty of it to use just for this purpose. Also, do you remember when Camille hinted at Mauricio's infidelity in season 1? There are whispers suggesting that the person Mauricio cheated with might be one of the other housewives. Can you imagine infidelity within the group? Oh, that is the most frustrating part of all of this, to be honest. You all are supposed to be sisters. Stick by each other's sides. What are you doing? Let's not forget about the discussions on Reddit. An unnamed insider from the industry confirmed that Mauricio's rumored infidelity is one of the worst kept secrets in Beverly Hills. It's like everyone was aware, but no one dared to speak up. There's another rumor that he used to frequent an upscale bar, actively looking for his next romantic interest. One thing is for sure, and I've seen this happen almost always, money and infidelity go hand in hand. When you have too much money, you feel like you're on top of the world and you can do anything.
Being here.
Yeah, honestly,
dancing.
Being on stage and not being...
Having one more chance.
I know.
Yeah.
That feeling can easily lead you astray, like on the path of being unfaithful. That is just what I believe, for real. Now, do you remember when initially Dorit and Kyle, along with PK and Mauricio, formed a tight-knit group as best friends? However, some fans started suggesting there might be more to the friendship between Mauricio and Dorit that meets the eye. There was an episode where PK put Mauricio on the spot. He asked Mauricio to choose the most attractive woman at a charity event. Surprisingly, Mauricio initially picked his own wife, but later switched to choosing Dorit. Sounds fishy, no? Now, as if Mauricio hadn't already messed up, Dana Wilkie resurfaced with an Instagram post that stirred controversy. She shared a photoshopped movie poster featuring Dorit and Mauricio in an embrace, urging fans to share the thought. We all know Dorit isn't one to back down, and she responded strongly, calling Dana thirsty and miserable. In her defense, Dorit emphasized the close friendship she shares with Kyle and Mauricio, stating that they are like family to her kids. Dorit accused Dana of exploiting unfounded rumors for personal gain and urged her to show decency. She did a good job of educating Dana on the potential harm of spreading falsehood, even though I'm not sure how much of that was hypocritical, because maybe Dana wasn't spreading falsehoods after all. Fans quickly rallied behind Dorit, supporting her and labeling Dana as disrespectful. Despite Dana's attempt to clarify her intentions in a subsequent Instagram story, the damage was already done, and the controversy continued to unfold, labeling Dana as the bad guy and Mauricio and Dorit as the victims. But like I already said, given so many rumors about Mauricio, I don't know if he was the victim anymore. The story doesn't end at that. In an episode of a podcast, Two Teas in a Pod, Teddy Mellencamp suggested there could be some issues in Kyle's marriage with Mauricio Umansky. Teddy and her podcast co-host Tamara Judge discussed a tense scene between Kyle and Mauricio during the premiere of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Season 13. Kyle seemed visibly upset, challenging Mauricio's comments about her tattoos and expressing frustrations over him not knowing how many tattoos she had. Teddy noticed Kyle's anger and hinted that Mauricio might be the one at fault, stating, "Most of the time, the person who messes up isn't the angry one." When Tamara asked if Teddy believed Mauricio was responsible, Teddy implied that Kyle was concealing her true feelings but seemed to be protective of Mauricio despite her obvious anger. According to Teddy, it was clear that Kyle wasn't ready to openly discuss her feelings, leading her to conclude that Kyle was both furious and protective of Mauricio. In a TikTok clip from Breaking the Rules _podcast, Teddy appeared to suggest that both she and Kyle had dealt with infidelity in their past relationship. When Tamara asked about whether Edwin had cheated on her, Teddy's response was somewhat cryptic. She indicated that recent photos of Mauricio, which Kyle had come across on TMZ, triggered strong emotions within her, suggesting they brought back painful memories from her own past. Now, what I think happened was that, of course, Kyle knows Mauricio cheated on her. I don't know if she knows how many times or with whom, but she does know he cheated. Obviously, Kyle wasn't going to come on air and discuss such a weak aspect of her marriage. She couldn't have confided in her kids. I don't think any of the other housewives are trustworthy enough to know they won't leak such hot news about Kyle to the press as soon as they got hold of it. So, Kyle went to Teddy and confided in her. And when Teddy was put on the spot during the podcast, she accidentally let it slip and implied that she knows Mauricio has cheated. What I don't get is why Kyle hid all of this. Like it would have made things so much easier for her if she just revealed Mauricio's truth. She would have gotten support from her family and fellow housewives. All of us fans were by her side. She wouldn't have had to suffer in silence for so long. However, all things aside, you can't change the fact we all love Kyle. And we are proud of her and how much she is prioritizing herself throughout the situation. She is currently in the best shape of her life.
At any time for myself, I figured it would just be few weeks, and then once I felt good, go back to normal.
She's also sober, which is a huge achievement if you ask me. It takes real strength to become sober. Not speaking from experience. Although, I don't know the exact timeline of when Kyle and Mauricio began experiencing marriage problems. It looks like becoming sober played a role in her acknowledging that her marriage had changed. All I hope for is that Kyle finds her happiness and Mauricio his own. And maybe, just maybe, we can also hope Kyle stays honest with us. So, do you think Kyle hid Mauricio's affairs from us? Or was she really just clueless? Let me know in the comments section below. That's it for today's video. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for all the Hollywood tea and drama. If there's juice to be had, you can count on me to bring it to you.